Hey guys, I thought I would take a few minutes here and make a video that helped you learn how to organize a DBQ in case you had some questions about that. So I've got the prompt here that we've been using in class, using the documents, analyze the social and economic effects of the global flow of silver from the mid-16th to the early 18th century. So I'm just going to pretend like I just got this prompt for the first time, and I'm opening up and I'm reading the 6 or 7 documents. And as I'm reading through each document now with the prompt in mind, I'm looking, of course, for two things. I'm looking for social effects or I'm looking for economic effects. And that's all that I'm looking for. Almost skimming the documents looking for those sorts of things. Let's just say that I come up with the fact that documents 1 and 3 and 4 have social effects, okay? And let's say that therefore 2, 5, and 6 have economic effects. Okay, let's just pretend like that's the case. I'm sure it's not, but let's just pretend like that's the case for this example. All right, so I've got those figured out. I've got my documents read. I've got them analyzed. I've sort of highlighted them or written down, maybe underlined where I saw those effects. Now I'm going to get to writing. So how do I organize my DBQ? So first paragraph, of course, as you guys know, is going to begin with contextualization. So I'm going to set the context, right? And this, I think I've given you an example of what contextualization might be for this prompt before. I'm talking about maybe why is silver flowing around the world? How did we get to this point, right? Where there is even some effects to analyze, right? So how did we get there? Talk about maybe, again, the discovering of the Western Hemisphere by Europe. The mining of silver in the Americas, the mercantilist policies to use silver to trade and to buy from China, things like that, right? That's my contextualization. Probably, again, about, 3 sentences long. Okay, then after that, I'm going to work right into my thesis, and that'll be probably 2 to 3 sentences long. I might have the first sentence of my thesis be... from the mid-16th to the early 18th century, the world saw a global flow of silver, which had many social and economic effects, period. My next sentence of my thesis might be one of the social effects of the global flow of silver was to create a more spread out class system in China, maybe a new lower class in China, and then maybe period, and then maybe that third sentence, one economic effect of the global flow of silver would be the creation of China getting rich because of its silver policies and Spain encountering hyperinflation, period. And that'd be my thesis, right? So I'd have at least one social effect and at least one economic effect, and I would rephrase the prompt. So that would be my thesis. Now, my first body paragraph, my second paragraph overall, I'm going to have as the topic sentence, let's say I'm probably going to want, because I've got here, this one's pretty clear, right? I've got social and I've got economic. So it makes sense to me like I would have one paragraph about social effects, and I'd have one paragraph then about economic effects. So my second paragraph here, let's just go with it in order, is going to be social effects. So my second paragraph, my topic sentence might be, there were many, I'm going to write fast, so and sloppy, social effects due to the global flow of silver. And here I don't need to be as specific, right? That's just in my thesis that I have to be specific. Topic sentences I can be a little bit vaguer. Many social effects due to the global flow of silver, comma, as seen in docs 1, 3, and 4, period. Okay? Now I'm going to go along in this body paragraph, and I'm going to analyze docs 1, 3, and doc 4. Okay? And for each document, I'm going to analyze it. And that means tie to thesis. So I'm going to show where are the social effects, what are they? I'm going to be specific. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to do in each doc, if I can, is I'm going to do point of view. Analyze, point of view, analyze, point of view. And remember, I only have to do, of all the documents, all 6 of these, I have to do 3 point of view to get the point. If you've got time and you're good at point of view, I might try to do more, maybe 4, maybe 5, right? Have some backups in case a couple are bad. All you have to do is 3 correctly. Remember, you're not going to lose points for doing something wrong. You just won't get a point for doing it wrong. So if you got the time, I would say do as many as you can, but 3 is what you need for the point. Then I move on to my next body paragraph. There were also many economic effects of the global flow of silver as seen in documents 2, 5, and 6. Right? I mean, it's not, this part, the organization is fairly straightforward. It's really not too difficult. And then again here, right? Same as the last paragraph. I'm going to have a section on Doc 2, section on Doc 5, and a section on Doc 6, all within this same paragraph. And again, each one, first analyze it, which means what is the effect, right? Tie it to the prompt, tie it to the thesis, what is the effect? And then point of view when I can. Okay. And if you're wondering, I don't know, people always ask me about number of sentences. So I'm supposing this part here, I'm going to analyze the document. That's going to be maybe 2 to 3 sentences. Point of view, again, maybe 2 to 3 sentences. Okay, so each time you can sort of add that up on your own. Okay, now I've got my 2 body paragraphs. I've tackled my 6 documents, right, which I have to do to get a 2. And remember what I said last time about the rubric. Somewhere in here, it's kind of up to you. You must try your best to include EBD, evidence beyond the documents. What's one piece of evidence that's not in these documents that I could cram into one of these paragraphs? Right? One of these documents. And again, if you know a couple, try a couple, because if you get one wrong, you got a backup. Okay, where does EBD go? Wherever it belongs. Probably going to be in one of these analysis sections. You're probably going to, after you analyze it, say, this is similar to, and then you're going to go off, right? Like you're talking about the coerced laborers that the Spanish priest talks about. And in that paragraph, you might, this is similar to another coerced labor system in the Americas known as the Mita system of the Incas, which required people to work for the Incan state to mine silver, just like the indigenous workers for the Spanish, right? That would be a great evidence beyond the document. Okay. But I digress. So finally, you've got your 2 body paragraphs. All there is to do now is restate the thesis in different words. Oops, sorry guys. Restate thesis in different words. I cannot tell you as a scorer how many times I've seen this one is the one that earns the point. Okay, this one up here might be a little bit vague, but by the time you've written a whole essay about it, oftentimes this is much more specific, much more clear, and this one gets the point. Okay, folks, well, listen, that is how you analyze and how you organize a DBQ, and I hope this is helpful. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions at all, but you guys are going to rock and roll. I can't wait to see what you write for your DBQ on the Unit 2 test, okay?